Hello YouTube, Ronan Kazi. Miserable beginning. Sorry as usual. It's almost like a thing I do now. Crazy. Anyways, offense versus defense. So my Druid's level 65. I have a Necro at level 50. And the Barbarian, when I was doing those comparisons, the Barbarian intrigued me because it doesn't have a lot of healing. It's not like the Necro and maybe the Druid when I'm thinking about it. It's just a little bit more out there. There's things that you can heal yourself and you can fortify and do that kind of stuff. But I enjoy it. It's a more offensive. You know, you got to keep going. Really, the thing that saves you is killing. And that's more in line with a lot of the games of today. You can tell like a preference. Think about a first-person shooter. There's a certain class of people, not saying if I'm one of those people or not, I'm not sure if I am, that are snipers that will, get on top, get somewhere hidden, and then they'll just snipe the whole time. They're not going to run around and go face-to-face with people. And that's kind of like the modern thing. It really rewards face-to-face. I remember when Call of Duty was first out. It was either Call of Duty or Modern Warfare, whatever the thing was. And, you'd have a pistol. You'd run around with a pistol build or you'd knife people. And I'd watch my kids play it, and they were great at it. And it was just, I never got the controller. I mean, I had a controller. I played video games, is really going to date myself, like Atari and Sega Genesis. I used controllers on those. But like once it got to the Xbox where you could control, you're looking up or down and running, I couldn't do it. I was incompetent. And there was a game, if you ever get a chance to play it, it's Red Alert 2 was a great game. And then they had like expansion Yuri's Revenge. And that game was great because if you could build your base quick enough, you could make it impregnable. You could have like Tesla coils and all these other things that would stop people from getting into your base. And I remember they used to call those real-time strategy games RTSs. And then Warcraft came out. And it's specifically Warcraft 3. So I got that for my kids and we were playing it. And no matter what you did, you couldn't build a base that was impregnable. You couldn't just sit behind your walls and play. You had to actively go out and attack the other people. So you couldn't just fire and forget on your base. Oh, my base is protected, I can go out. You had to kind of resource manage the whole thing. And so there was a game like Azurin's Call where you could be like they call them OG mages, but you were just unkillable and you could do magic and everything, but you could cast spells on yourself. So you had tons of armor and everything. And as time went on, games kind of diversified enough. You really think there was a game called EverQuest was probably the first of those games that reached that next level. But World of Warcraft in was it 2005, 2008, maybe 2005, was really the first one of those games where, well, even then you could kind of tank. So you could be with a paladin, which was unkillable, and they had some spells where they were unkillable if they were played right. But they couldn't kill anything. And so you would think about, there's this unkillable character. But eventually what you would just decide is, we'll kill him last. Where we'll kill everyone else that can kill us, and we'll just kill that guy last, or person last. And World of Warcraft, that was a game where you had to have a designated healer. Final Fantasy XIV, designated healer. And as games got more and more modern, you had a little bit of healing inside yourself. You think about League of Legends that have some leeching, they call that, or life steal, sometimes they call that, to kind of heal yourself. Just a quick aside, I appreciate everyone that's helping the channel grow, trying to get to 500. Once I get to 500, I will let you... Ta-da! You get to see me all the time, and it's such a great thing that you get to see me. But it will look more and more like a normal podcast, and I'm going to start doing really laptop reviews and that kind of stuff. So, and the other thing, I'm going to work on getting my laptop review out so you can kind of get an idea. I've had it for at least a couple of months, and I can tell you the good, bad, and ugly, and what I use it and how I use it. And really what the definition is, and I've told you before, I put a framework. This is what I wanted it for. This is what it does. This is how it works in that capacity. And you're going to say, that's great. And I had a great laptop before, and I'm going to show you a couple things why that's good or bad. You know, why getting a new computer every once in a while is good. If you're older and you have kids, you can always gift those to your kids or grandkids and those kind of things. But that's a story for another day. I'm just going to give you a quick heads up. This mission, The Last Stand, it's like a submission in every, you get to do it sometimes in a dungeon. Unfortunately, I never save those people. Only I'm with another person, or now my necromancer, do I have enough kind of crowd control of everyone that I can keep them off the people. They get smoked pretty fast. Sorry, people that were staying there with their friends. And you're going to see I kind of end up barely getting through this one. It ends up getting out of control. There's a timer that you could do it. Look at me with voice. There's a timer that you could do it, and I don't do that timer either, so I guess the loot's not as good. So the reason the barbarian, when I think about the druid, I think about all the defensive things I'm trying to do. I have a built-in heal blood howl that I have as a werewolf. I have crowd control skills. I have creeping vines so that I can lock people down. I have wolves that can help me tank. And I have lightning storm, which is really my only offensive skill, but that really is playing on the fact that I lock someone down and do something to them. The barbarian, that number one skill, battle cry or whatever it's called, it taunts everyone and raises your armor reduction and all that stuff and makes them try to attack you, and they kill themselves. It increases your thorns. It's a great skill. The other thing I have on this build is I have you can spawn 3 legends that come out for 6 seconds. Every 50 seconds, they come out for 6 seconds. And I essentially have them just kill every boss. So in this thing, I'm getting the everyone's essence or whatever it's called. And I'll call those guys out. You see it's almost up 3, 2, 1, and I'm going to pop it here. And then they just come out. Or am I saving it for the next guy? Oh, I'm saving it. Look at me all conserving my stuff. There they are. They're doing it right there. It's pretty sweet skill right now. So what I would tell you, if you are playing Diablo 4 and you're dying too much, one, it's a real big thing about the level. I think Just a Gamer mentioned that right in the beginning. Don't go over 4 levels. I'd agree with him. There's really no benefit. It reduces your time to kill. But sometimes you do that just because you are. My level 65 is, I think now 66, and I'm doing a lot better as I go up there. 4 or 5 levels isn't too much. It's still a lot. It's still 8, or 7, but it's not quite as bad. And I could have went down to World Tier 3, but anyways. Well, YouTube, I appreciate you stopping by. But you know what? It's a holiday, YouTube, at least for me. And you know what? As a great marketer used to say, but wait, there's more. Yes, you're seeing me kill this boss, but bonus footage just for you because you've been so good on this holiday, YouTube. And there it is. World boss. Same character. So in this point, I put on all my shouts because I can give those to the folks in the group. So the number 2 skill speeds people up, does things. Number 1 is the same taunt, and number 5 is a damage buff for everyone. Character's still pretty herky. We kind of had a hard time with this. We have 8 minutes left at first. There's a lot of like 8s and 15s, and I was like, oh gosh, we're never going to kill this. But YouTube, this is normally when I say like, subscribe, unsubscribe, resubscribe, share, comment, get notifications. If I do that every time I die, it's going to be horrific. But we were talking about if you're stuck, if you're stuck and you're the same level and then I would say go more offensive. And think about skills that benefit, like if you have an effect on someone, then you do damage while they're infected. And this goes for every single game. This is a Division 2. If you put status effects on people, then you can have some weapons where you get bonus 25% more damage to things that are status effect. Same thing with Destiny, and for sure here in Diablo 4. So those are some of the things that you can do. I don't really care about my gear that much. I'm so low, I would replace the gear at every level. It just is tedious to worry about it. One nice thing about shared accounts is that you can share money through the account and those kind of things. If you'd like a game that you don't have to keep paying for, then you might like Diablo 4. They have seasons, but you don't necessarily have to do the seasons. You get 5 classes, and really that's 5 playthroughs that you can do. You can play the 1 to 100. At the rate I'm going, if I could do 1 level a day, I'll be level 100 in August. You can tell I'm panicking because my mouse is all over the screen. So that's what I think, YouTube. I think in a modern game, try to be more offensive. Hold on a second. Don't be more offensive. Gear your character and make your game style where you're doing more damage on the mobs. Don't be more offensive, YouTube. Be less offensive. Be nicer. Gentle, YouTube, or you get squirted. Thank you. It's Ronan Kazi. Have a great day. Enjoy the bonus footage. World boss defeated. Bye.